So, after teasing a new announcement for the Venus Vacation series at Tokyo Game Show, Koei Tecmo has announced on September 27th at Tokyo Game Show a brand new game, Venus Vacation Prism Dead or Alive Xtreme, for PlayStation, Steam, and DAM games. And the game is coming out in early 2025 in Japan and in Asia, as it's going to be an English translation for the Asian version, but I don't think the game will be released outside Asia, so the Steam page is region locked as well, just like the first Venus Vacation game. So let's watch the reveal. But first, I'm gonna show you the reveal. So they reveal the game on a live stream. So you have the producer, Sakudapi, and you have the MC, I think her name is Mori Haruka, and you had the Misaki seiyuu Tsuda Minami. So let's watch the trailer first.
はい、わかりました。いきますよ。3、2、1、どうぞ。そうだ、オーナー。実はね、次のお休みの日なんだけど、ちょっとだけ付き合ってほしくて。ダメ？Got my heart stolen by ya, obviously fallen for ya. My love sign open for ya. Oh, jump into my arms, boy. My heart is stolen, my heart is stolen, my heart is stolen, they're stolen by ya. Jump into my arms, boy. My heart is stolen, my heart is stolen, my heart is stolen, they're stolen by ya. Jump into my arms, boy. Got my heart stolen by ya.
So basically, I did a translation of the live stream while it was ongoing, so I'm just going to read out my tweets, like my translated tweets, and basically they were explaining how this is a romance, an immersive romance ADV, so just like a visual novel basically, except it's full 3D and it's fully voiced. And first off, Sakudapi explained that this is not Dead or Alive Xtreme Venus Vacation 2. This is not really like a replacement for the gacha game. So it is a console game, and it's very funny because first off they inverted the title. So because this is the Venus Vacation series, it's not the Dead or Alive series, so they called the game Venus Vacation Prism and then Dead or Alive Xtreme as a subtitle instead of Dead or Alive Xtreme Venus Vacation Prism. So this is pretty interesting. And so Sakuda P explained that this is a game where you can enjoy a romance story with some of the girls from Dead or Alive Xtreme Venus Vacation. And this is something that the development team at Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, they've been thinking about for over a year, ever since basically in the gacha game they started adding the True Colors outfits. The True Colors outfits are basically a new addition they did in the gacha game around 2 years ago, which are brand new outfits which add new story elements to the character. And the story elements are like a sequel showing how the characters have grown and changed and how they are in love with the owner now, the owner being the player, right? So Sakura P explained how romance ADV games has been a thing for decades. This is going to be something very similar to that, but with a more immersive feel and with full 3D to be more immersive. And the game is taking place on the Venus island, just like Dead or Alive Xtreme Venus Vacation. Typically with romance ADV games, romance visual novels, there's going to be many choices to choose from, and depending on the choices, it will influence your relationships with the girls. And the game will only have 6 characters in total, so on the live stream Sakuda P was apologizing to those whose favorites won't make it, and he knows that 6 characters is very small compared to like the over 30 characters that are in Dead or Alive Xtreme Venus Vacation. And they didn't say who the 6 characters will be yet, but it's very likely the 6 characters in Venus Vacation Prism will be the 6 characters who already got a true color outfit in the gacha game. So Misaki was the very first one, her true color outfit released almost 2 years ago now, and then you had Mariro's, and then it was the next one was Runa, and then the next one was Fiona, and then Nagisa, Misaki's big sister, and then the last one, released just 1 month ago, was Kokoro. So yeah, so these true color outfits, there are new hairstyles and new outfits for the girls that add new story elements, that add new voiced lines as well. This is one of the biggest appeals of Venus Vacation Prism, in my opinion. Sakura P explained this as well on the live stream, on how he knows a lot of people are kind of disappointed with the Venus Vacation gacha game, in how it doesn't really develop the characters. So, and it doesn't really develop the characters, and it doesn't have a lot of info and a lot of lore, like good kills, just like cool kids say these days. Not a lot of lore, not a lot of story in the game. So that's why they're making this story focused game that will focus on developing the characters. And for now, they only confirmed that Minami will be in that Misaki will be in the game, and seiyuu Tsuda Minami was reading her profile and stuff. And so yeah, so Sakura P explained that they're planning to fully voice the game to reinforce immersion. And Tsuda Minami on the live stream, she was saying that she actually recorded for the game the day just before the live stream, so on September 26th. So she was saying, I was recording for the game yesterday. She was laughing about it. She was saying, I'm so happy I'm finally able to express more on Misaki's feelings. She also teased that some of the dialogues lines are kind of like spicy and crazy. She was saying, just depending on your choice, Misaki says some pretty dangerous stuff. So yeah, then after that they showed some screenshots of the game and how you can go on dates with the character you like and progress through their story. And just like in Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, you can take photos and ask the characters to strike some poses. And after that they showed a little bit of gameplay with Minami, so let's watch this also with Misaki, sorry. So yeah, just showed some gameplay with Misaki. So the game is all in first person, right? You can hang out with the girls you like and go on dates and stuff.
中ですね。
楽しかったから
そうですね。こう本当にオーナーの視点としてゲームが進行します。
いっぱい話せてよかった。
And here, in a split second, you can see there's some choices, right? So depending on your choices, the story will change and the relationship with the girl will change. And you can take photos at any time. So you can take photos, you can ask the girl like to look at somewhere, so you can take photos like scenery photos, or you can ask her to look at you, so you can take photos when she's looking at you. So it's very similar to what you can do with the gacha game. Like if you wanna do like a romantic photo where you're looking both at the same place, you can do it, and you can ask her to watch you as well. That's what they were explaining basically.
一緒に見てよ。
時間経過も感じられるのいいですね。
そうですね。ありがとうございます。
So another major talking point is how the character design and the art style and the global aesthetic for Venus Vacation Prism is quite different from the gacha game. And if you look at some of the screenshots on the official sites of the game, like they released a few screenshots of Misaki and the gameplay and the trailer, right? And if you look at Misaki and how she looks like in the gacha game, like I opened my own account of the gacha game because I'm playing it. Like if you look at how Misaki looks in the gacha game, it's quite different, right? She has a little bit different face. It's not quite the same character design. And for now, like even if the gacha game is quite dated because it's going to celebrate its 7th anniversary now, so it's quite dated, the 3D models are quite dated. For now, I think I prefer how the gacha game looks, I think, but I guess since there are still a few months till release, maybe hopefully the console game Prism, Venus Vacation Prism, will get updated, like if it look even better at release, hopefully. But like it's not like I dislike the more realistic feel either. But yeah, I just wanted to show this. Like it's very important to note that the characters, like they will look pretty different in Venus Vacation Prism compared to in the gacha game.
何？なんか褒められるようなことしたかな？
Here, like it's more It's a little bit like more anime, and for the Venus Vacation Prism, just trying to do a little bit more realistic feel to it, to the characters, I guess. So, like, I'm looking forward to how the other characters will look like. But yeah, you can tell that she looks a little bit different, right? So that was a very important point to bring up as well. And the latest, like, important news is how they're planning to do a demo event for Venus Vacation Prism. It's going to happen at the IRL, at the live event they're planning to do for Venus Vacation for its 7th anniversary. So there's currently a Google form you need to complete. If you're in Japan, there's a Google form, like you need to complete all this with your information from the Venus Vacation game. And you might be selected to play the closed version, like they're going to do a test version, a demo version that will be able to play at this ERL events, like in November. I think it's going to be in November. Yeah, in November 17th. So that's the last thing, and only 100 players will be selected. So very few people. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this game because one of my biggest complaints about Venus Vacation, one thing I'm always talking about, is how the game, like the characters, are very underdeveloped, and like how, like, there's a very disparity between the characters who are legacy characters, right? Ayane, Hitomi, Kasumi, etc. They all have their stories from the fighting games, but the characters that they made specifically for the gacha game, like there's over 15 of them or something. Like, let me show you a list. Like there's over, like, let's count the characters that are specifically made for the gacha game. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 22 characters in total that only appear in the gacha game. And the latest one is Meg. She was added just a few weeks ago. And before that, there was Reika. And Reika is a pretty interesting character because she's the first character that was made by the Singapore team of the game. Because the development team, there's a Japanese team, and then there's a Singapore team, which is developing the Asia version of the game, the English Asia version. And this is the first character they made from scratch. And she's pretty interesting that she looks like pretty, like the Sakura P was explaining in an interview. He was surprised that even if it's the international development team, they ended up making a very typical Japanese character, and this shows like the differences in preferences because the Japanese team made a more like American looking character, so she's pretty funny. So yeah, one of the biggest complaints with Venus Vacation is how like all these characters, like, they're extremely boring in my opinion, except Tina, of course, because she was a legacy character. But like all these gacha only characters, they're very stereotypical, like they're walking stereotypes, and they're very seen, like they have no real personality, no real story, and no real development because there's not a lot of voiced lines, there's not a lot of story in the game. So hopefully, like, this new Venus Vacation Prism will finally give them some actual story elements. But yeah, sadly there will only be 6 girls, so yeah, we don't know yet who it will be, but like I said, it's very likely the 6 girls who got true colors outfits should be added to the game. So one last thing I wanted to do is take a look at the seiyuu of the characters. For example, Nagisa, she's voiced by Uchida Maya, and Uchida Maya is one of my favorite seiyuu of all time, but Nagisa herself, like, I really don't like her, like, just like most of the gacha characters, like, she has a very stereotypical tsundere personality, and she has no real development. So this tricolor outfit thing was the first time she got some real developments. But yeah, you had to pay for it, because it's something I forgot to mention. Dead or Alive Xtreme Venus Vacation is a very predatory game. Like, it's very, very pay to win. Like, technically you don't play matches, you just play dress up game, right? Dress up dolls. But like, in order to get most of the dresses and most of the swimsuits and most of the accessories and the makeup, etc., there's only paid gems banners for it. So unless you actually paid and swiped money, you cannot get these outfits. And this is one of the reasons why the game is so popular. And it's often the first game on DAM games. DAM game is just like Steam basically on PC. It's a game service on PC. It's just like Steam, except there's many Japanese games on it. And DAM, a lot of people only know them for their R18s, for their adult animal videos, but like it's a company that makes tons of stuff. Like they even make solar panels. DMM is a multinational. They make tons of different stuff. So a lot of people only know them for their animal videos, but they do tons of stuff. So yeah, Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation is often topping the charts of DMM games. So sadly, even if it's been 7 years since the game got out, like there's a lot of things to improve, but they don't really improve because the game is working anyway. So they don't really need to improve, sadly, because I guess like all the Japanese OG-sans with a lot of disposable income, they put their money in this game because yeah, like there's a new paid banner pretty much every week. Like it's very difficult. Like if you wanna get the outfits you want. So like people complaining about mainstream gacha games like Genshin, like they don't know how good they have it with Genshin because this game like is crazy, like extremely pay to win. But anyway, so yeah, one of the 6 characters that will possibly in the game is Nagisa. She's Misaki's big sister, and she's voiced by Uchida Maya. And Uchida Maya, like she was very popular like in the 2010s, but like she's a bit less popular nowadays because like ageism, so she's getting less roles, right? And one of my favorite roles she did was Wakana in Pretty Wisdom Rainbow Life, because like I'm always saying, Wakana and Pretty Wisdom is my favorite anime of the last decade, and Wakana is one of the really great characters in the series. So yeah, she was voiced by Uchida Maya, and she also did like many other popular characters like Ranko in Idolmaster, in IMAS, like many popular characters. Like she was Hatsuho in Shin Sakura Taisen, one of the many, like they're all good characters in Shin Sakura Taisen. I'm still hoping there's going to be a sequel one day, but it seems less and less likely with every year passing. She's like one of the heroines in Grisaya, like she was Katarina in this Josei Muke Naruke. Um, like she's the poster girl in Jantama. Jantama is a very popular online mahjong game. Like every Japanese streamer is playing this game, and this is the poster girl. Like she's extremely popular, so she's a very big role. And like every VTuber, every Japanese VTuber, every Japanese streamer is playing this game at some point. Jantama, because you can play with the people watching you, so it's a very good community game. You can like up to 4 players. You can play together, and you don't need to install anything. You just need to play in the browser. It's a browser game, so it's very easy to play, and like it's very popular. She was Kaguya in Dead or Alive. She's voicing Shinobu Miyake in the Urusei Yatsura remake. She's this girl in Bocchi the Rock. So yeah, she's a very popular seiyuu, right? But nowadays she's getting a little bit less roles because yeah, ageism and stuff. Like sadly, the idol seiyuu industry and how it works nowadays. So next we have Runa. Runa is also another character. To be honest, like I don't really care about her because they are way too stereotypical. Like she's a stereotypical lazy girl, and like yeah, she doesn't have a lot of personality. So if she's in the game, hopefully she get more personality. So she's voiced by Mikami. I think her name was Mikami Shiori. Mikami Shiori. So Mikami Shiori, she was voicing Aisha in E7. She was voicing what was the name again? There's a role I wanted to talk about. She was voicing Getter Go in Robot Girl Z. One of the roles I really like, very niche role, like very few people even heard about this anime. And she was voicing who else? Krista in Shingeki no Kyojin, I guess. This girl in the Shining series, and Akari in Yuru Yuri. This is probably her most popular role. Yuri Yuri is a very popular series. Next, she was voicing, like, she didn't do that many roles, like, she's not that popular. And she was voicing Jo-Oh, the queen in Fairy Ran Maru. Fairy Ran Maru is a very cool Maho shonen series by the director of Prejudice. I really need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. She was voicing, yeah, she didn't do that many roles. Mikami Shiori. She's voicing Roxanne in Isekai Meikyu de Harem. This is one of the very first Naruto series, and it just got an anime adaptation now. But this is one of the series that Mushoku Tensei copied, basically. This is one of the very first popular Naruto web novels. And yeah, next up, you have Marie-Rose. Marie-Rose is Aizawa Mai. Aizawa Mai is one of my favorite seiyuu of all time. She's most probably one of the MCs on the Super Robot Wars radio show together with Sugita Tomokazu. Like, the radio show has been ongoing for nearly 20 years now, and I'm listening to it from time to time. And I used to make some summaries of it on my old blog, and this is one of the things, one of the content I wanna do on my new coffee blog, make some regular summaries of the Super Robot Wars radio show. So yeah, she was like Ayano in Lucky Star. She was in Clannad. She was in 2000 in the Super Robot Wars series. She's watching Azuki. She's one of the bridge bunnies in the Hagane spaceship. Yeah, in Super Robot Wars she was voicing Mel as well. Mel who is piloting the gun Leon together with Rando. She was in Senjo no Valkyria too, and she's Serin in the Kiseki Trail series. So yeah, she's a pretty popular seiyuu, but yeah, just like many seiyuu who were popular in the early 2000s, she doesn't get that many roles nowadays because of ageism and the idol seiyuu industry. So yeah, and recently she was in 2022 she didn't do any anime roles. Like, she doesn't get that many roles nowadays, sadly. And one funny thing I want to talk about Marie Rose is how back when Marie Rose was first introduced, like I think it was in Dead or Alive 4 or 5, I'm not sure anymore. I used to hate her because I was like, hey, it's so much pandering, like this, they don't know what to make anymore. Like, they're trying so hard to bring in new fans, and I really used to hate Mary Rose. But over the years, I started to appreciate her and Honoka as well. Honoka was also the other new character in Dead or Alive 4 or 5. Like I was saying, Honoka and Mary Rose, like, they're way too pandering. I didn't like them because I don't like feeling pandered to. I don't like being like, when I feel that the developers are thinking that I'm an easy target, right? So, but then I played Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, and I saw the gacha only characters, and they have so limited personalities, and their stories are so limited that I started liking Mary Rose in retrospect, just because I was thinking, man, like, I was thinking Mary Rose is the worst, but actually I didn't know how good we have it back then. And it's funny, the example I always bring up is Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT, because in early 2000s, back when Dragon Ball GT was airing, I was like, Dragon Ball GT sucks, it's not even Toriyama, it sucks. And then, like, in the late 2010s, when Dragon Ball Super started, and seeing how bad it is, and I was like, maybe Dragon Ball GT wasn't so bad after all. And this is pretty much how I feel about Mary Rose and Honoka. So yeah, Mary Rose is voiced by Aizawa Mai, one of my favorite seiyuu of all time, but she doesn't get that many roles nowadays. And then you have Fiona. Fiona, I only like her because she looks like Ria and Fina in the East series. That's the only reason why I like Fiona. But yeah, she's kind of boring. She's a princess, and her whole personality is how she's a princess, and she's very nice. And that's it. Fiona is voiced by Honjo Kaede だったっけ、Kaede Hondo Kaede. And Hondo Kaede is also, like, she's not that very popular. She's a kind of new seiyuu, so I don't know her roles that much, because, like, all the series started like in the mid 2015s, because I stopped watching seasonal anime around that time. I don't know that many of the new seiyuu that started around that time. But yeah, for example, she voiced what are the roles I know about? She's Teria in the New Gate. The New Gate is kind of like SAO, but it's very different. It's a novel about a guy who gets ended up in the game he was playing. So it's not bad, but it's not good, but it never got bad. So it's kind of mediocre, but it's a good series overall. It never got bad. There's like over 20 volumes out so far. I'm reading the novel and it's pretty good. Like it's readable. It's not bad. She voiced what are the rules I know about? Like she's this girl in Pokemon, very popular character, Nanjamo. This is definitely her most popular role because Nanjamo is extremely popular. She's a meme character by now. And she was Litten in Sword Art Online. Like she didn't do that many. Oh, she was Eiko in Paripikome. I gotta watch this. I still haven't watched this. So yeah, very popular role as well. What else did she voice? Who else did she voice? Like I don't really know any of these characters. Yeah, I don't know any. Oh, and this girl, Senpai, Intejina Senpai, very funny gag manga, pretty funny gag manga. And so yeah, and I don't really know other roles. Like I guess like yeah, and this is one very big thing I wanted to talk about. And Hondo Kaede's very first role, her breakthrough role, was Kokoro Yotsuba, the protagonist of Kamisama Minara Himitsu no Kokotama. And this is a series for little girls I gotta watch. Like it wasn't that very popular, but like I've only heard very good things about it. So I gotta watch this at some point. And this was her first role, and this is what started her career basically. This was her first protagonist role. And after Hondo Kaede, the last seiyuu is Kokoro seiyuu, right? Kawasumi Ayako. And Kawasumi Ayako is a very legendary seiyuu, very popular seiyuu. She's Saber in the Nasuverse in Fate Stay Night. And she was also Gurun in Tales of Legendia. She's also Leon in Umineko. She's Nanoka in Trilistia, Aoi Umi no Trilistia. She's Angie in Trauma Center, like very, very popular game roles, right? So yeah, and that's why it always kind of piss me off nowadays. Like it's kind of weird in my opinion. Whenever legendary seiyuu who also voice gacha characters, it kind of piss me off when the YouTubes and when the Wikipedias they list gacha characters, because in my opinion gacha characters aren't real characters because they're already based on popular characters like Shenhei in Genshin. I really like her. I even pulled her, but like she's just a mix between Saber and between some other characters. So she's not very original. She's not very interesting in my opinion. So personally, I always think it's weird to list gacha character roles in the profiles of seiyuu, but sadly, younger anime fans, they only know the gacha characters, so that's why they gotta list it. Like, younger anime fans have no idea who Melfina for Outlaw Star is, right? They have no idea who Nodame from Nodame Cantabile is, right? Nodame Cantabile is, right? They have no idea who Lafiel is, right? These are all legendary characters and legendary roles, but like they don't know because it's not on Netflix and they don't care about older anime if it's older than 5 years. But anyway, Kawasumi Ayako, she's one of my favorites of all time. In the Versailles Nobara movie remake, she's going to voice Marie Antoinette. And recently she's always voicing all the Saber clones except a few ones. And she was recently, what are the roles I liked she did recently? Like, I don't think I watched anything with her recently. But yeah, Shenhei is a pretty okay character in Genshin, I guess. If I keep scrolling, like, what do we have? I don't think I watched any of this series. Like, yeah, I don't think I watched any of this. Oh, yeah, and of course she's Reina in Queen's Blade. Queen's Blade, I'm still hoping there's going to be a real sequel one day. She's this girl in Owari on Seraph, and she's Mofuru in Amagi Brilliant Park. And yeah, so I guess that's it for the seiyuu. I just wanted to quickly mention and talk and fanboy about each of the seiyuu. So yeah, they didn't confirm the 6 characters in the game, but it's very likely it's going to be these 6 in Venus Vacation Prism. Misaki, Nagisa, Runa, Marie-Rose, Fiona, and Kokoro, because these are the 6 girls who got True Colors outfit. And Sakura P on the live stream explained that the Venus Vacation Prism is kinda like a sequel to the True Colors story events in Venus Vacation, the gacha game. So yeah, the last thing I wanted to talk about, I guess, is like I don't think there's anything else to mention. So yeah, at the end of the stream, one very interesting and important thing Sakura Pia said is, I know some people might be worried, thinking that Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation will be abandoned, or that we will only focus on the Prism, on the Venus Vacation Prism. But please rest assured that this isn't happening, and we'll keep operating the game in the long run, and it's thanks to everyone's support that we could keep going for 7 years. So yeah, Venus Vacation Prism is not a sequel to Venus Vacation, to the gacha game, and it's not going to replace it. So they're still going to do the gacha game, and at the same time they're going to release this. Maybe after the release they might do DLCs, but I don't hope, like, sadly, I don't think they might do it, but we'll see. Maybe they will add some characters via DLC. But yeah, that's it for the Dead or Alive, for Venus Vacation Prism Dead or Alive Extreme. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of the game in the comments. Thanks for watching, bye.